Hello everybody, and welcome to the Schneider Electric Magless Easy GXU HMI e-learning platform. In this section, we will introduce the overview and installation of Vijeo Designer Basic software. Let's start with how to use Vijeo Designer Basic software to create a command button. First, select the switch icon from the toolbar. Then, draw a rectangle to define the button placement area. The switch settings window will pop up. Configure properties. In the General tab, check 00003 as the switch style. In the Click tab, click the icon and select Bit Operation with the emptying variable. Select Toggle. When this switch is pressed for the first time, emptying will turn on. It will turn off if pressed for a second time. Click Add to confirm selection. Then, in the Label tab, check Static as the label type. Enter emptying in the Data Input window. In the Color tab, select white as the foreground color and black as the text color. Lastly, click OK. This creates the command button. Now, let's introduce how to use Vijeo Designer Basic software to create recipes. First, under Navigation, select Recipe. Then, create a new recipe group. Rename this new group as Tank Setting. Configure the recipe name as follows. There are now 3 recipes. Configure the recipe name as follows. Configure the recipe as follows. When finished, save the project. Now, we will learn how to use Vijeo Designer Basic software to create a button for operating recipe commands. First, select the switch icon from the toolbar, then use it to draw a rectangle on the screen. The switch settings window will pop up. Configure properties. In the General tab, check 00002 as the switch style. In the Click tab, select Word Operation. Enter 1 under Source. Under Destination, click the icon and select Recipe Control Default .recipe number. Click Add and confirm that recipe number 1 has been selected. Repeat this operation and enable source 1 for the destination recipe control default operation. Click Add to confirm sending of the recipe command. Then, in the Label tab, check Static as the label type. Enter a small amount as label content. Next, in the Color tab, select Black as the text color. Select Yellow as the foreground color. When done, click OK to save the project. Now, let's see how we can use Vijeo Designer Basic software to create the recipe selector. The recipe selector can be found in the tool chest. Select the Tool Chest Favorites tab from the Tool Chest window. Select the recipe. Drag the object for Recipe Select and send to the tank screen. This creates the recipe. Next, we will discuss how to use Vijeo Designer Basic to create the trend screen. First, select the trend chart icon from the toolbar. Drag the selected trend chart to the screen. Then configure the trend chart in the Properties window. Configure corresponding channels and select connection channel variables. When done, save the project. Now, let's learn how to use Vijeo Designer Basic software to create an alarm screen. First, select the alarm summary sheet icon from the toolbar. Draw an area on the screen for object placement. Then, double-click this object to open the alarm summary sheet settings window. Set the alarm and event group to be displayed to alarm group 1. Select log as the alarm and event list property to display multiple states of alarm, such as activity, acknowledged, unacknowledged, and revert to normal. Click OK to finish configuring settings. Then, slowly double-click the alarm summary sheet to enter the information column configuration status as demonstrated. Use the mouse to drag and adjust the table width for date and time and display information. Double-click and open the Alarm and Event node in the navigation window. Select Alarm Group 1 in the Alarm Group configuration window. Click Add to bring up the variables list. Select variables that require the alarm to be set. Click OK. Next, enter required alarm parameters into the information column, such as water tank liquid level. When finished, save the project. Now, let's look at how to use Vijeo Designer Basic software to create a start action. First, select the Project tab from the navigation window. Then click Action and select New Action. Then, in the Actions Setting dialog box, select Event as the trigger type. Under Trigger Event, select On Startup. Click Next to continue. Then, select Script from the Operation pull-down menu. Click New Script to open a script window. Enter the required script. Next, click Add to insert a script for action. Lastly, click Finish to save changes. Next, let's learn how to use Vijeo Designer Basic software to simulate a project. First, click the Project tab in the Navigator window. Then, right-click Target 1. Select Start Device Simulation. Then, start the test according to current project conditions. To stop simulation, please press Ctrl-Z or Alt-F4 or click the Close button in the simulation window. When everything is ready, test the rest of the application. Next, let's learn how to use Vijeo Designer Basic software to validate, build, and correct errors. To ensure all project parameters are correct, please select Build, Validate All from the main menu. Build utilizes the project created from Vijeo Designer Basic graphic editor software to compile a program that runs on supported HMI panels. Before the project is built, please use the Build Clear All command. This clears redundant log files from each target and project file folder. After project log files are cleared, please use the Build All command to build your targets. When build is complete, the feedback zone window will automatically open to display all detected errors and warnings. Errors are highlighted in red and warnings appear in yellow. If there are no errors or warnings, results will be displayed in green. To view detailed information about specific errors or warnings, please double-click the error or warning. Now, Let's discuss how to use Vijeo Designer Basic software to download projects. To send applications to their targets, one of the following download methods can be used. Download over an Ethernet network. Download file system to a USB disk. Direct download to a target machine via device USB port. How to download applications to their targets. First, click the Project tab in the Navigator window. Then click Target 1. Next, from the Download field in the Property Inspector window, select an appropriate download method for the target: USB, file system, or Ethernet. Now, configure download settings for download methods. Then right-click Target 1 in the Navigator window and select Download to. Lastly, check the target machine unit and see if the application is correctly displayed. This downloads the project. Now, we will explain how to exit Vijeo Designer Basic. Before exiting Vijeo Designer Basic, please save project targets, then select File Exit from the main menu.